Hey Jake, one of my belts snapped, man. Look. Oh, right there. I was supposed to have 2 snaps. I was supposed to have 3 belts, 2 of them snapped. What's going on, you guys? So I'm going through a hard time right now. After the motor swap, I ran last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was hauling coil loads. I did my coil loads and I noticed that my fan clutch belt broke. So 2 of them snapped. One was really bendable. It was not snug fit. It was making all kind of weird noise. And I also found out that my air dryer that squirts out air, it wasn't working correctly. So so last week I drove back to Houston after I delivered that 4th coil load on last week on Wednesday, and I drove my truck to Paramount Trucking. So that's where I bought my motor from. So give and take, they found out some issues. They found out that 2 of my injectors were bad. So they had to take it out and send it to the machine shop and get that fixed. Due to Christmas holidays, a lot of places were closed, and this is much more of a slower process. Today is Thursday of the next week for this week. And they got the chargers back and they reinstalled it. Everything's okay. So also last week when I ran my coil loads last week, going to Shreveport, Louisiana, back to Grapevine, Texas, early in the morning when I started my loads to go do my work, it was cold, man. You look about 19 degrees. And then during that Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday nights that I'm working, my heater won't work. So I try to turn the heater on so I can stay warm while I'm driving my truck. And I've been calling Hector to know what the issue is and how to make it work. Hector, I've been dealing with him for 4 years, never had a problem. He don't call me back. All the missed calls that I called him so many times, let him know what's going on with the truck, see how things running and all that stuff, and he just stopped answering my phone calls. He stopped replying me back or return my phone calls. So I think I'm gonna be done with working with Mr. Hector. So Mr. Hector, he usually grab parts, go get new parts from Farland, and come back with parts, new parts, and then get your truck back and running. So you guys see my other videos that Julio that used to work there, he's the best mechanic they have there, and he quit because not enough work. He couldn't provide for his family. So Hector hired this other guy here that you guys been seeing, this other chubby guy. He does work, but he is sloppy as shit, man. When I got my truck back last weekend ago, before I ran my coil loads last week, he had left power wire that's underneath my truck that connects to my battery. It was like about a foot off the ground. I had to go up there, go crawl underneath the truck, zip tie, move some hoses around, so because the vibration kills these trucks. So if hoses are rubbing against each other or whatever, or not zip tied properly or secured in its place, you're gonna have a lot more problems in the future. And I had to do all that. So I just go in and took it, do what I can, fixed it nice and neat as possible, and secured the power wire, the airline hoses underneath the truck and all that stuff. And he left one wire that connects to the transmission. I think it was a hydraulic line wire. And he just left it there. He installed a new one, but he didn't take the old one out. So now it's still in my truck, which just kind of ticked me off. So anyhow, I took the truck, went to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The fan belt clutch snapped. One was barely hanging on. The other 2 snapped off. And the heater don't work. And also the miles per hour on the gauge on my dashboard does not match my speed. So if I was going 45 miles per hour on my dashboard, I'm really going 65 miles per hour. So I brought it back over here to Paramount Diesel Trucking. They're gonna recalibrate that, check out what's wrong with my heater core, see why my heater's not working the way it's supposed to. The injectors are fixed, and I also found out that my dryer is worn out. So due to being old age, okay, and also if you're not keeping up and changing your air dryer filter, replace every year, it could go out sooner than that. So I picked up the air dryer, brand new air dryer from Freightliner, and bring it to Paramount. And Freightliner wants the old core back, so you get $200 back if you bring back the old core for the air dryer system, which I have right here. Okay, so man, that thing was expensive, man. It was like $700 something, and they give you $200 back from the old core. So that's a big win right there. I'll show you the receiver in a minute. Let me go in and return this old core just back to them real quick. I'm gonna show you what's inside real quick. So there goes my old core, okay, for the air dryer. Okay, so I dropped the new one off. I got the old one here, give them back. I get some money back.
One eternity later.
What's going on, guys? We're back. Okay, so this is the next day after I show you the receipts. Now she's home. She's finally home. Man, this journey of doing the motor swap is a big journey. I try to call Hector. He isn't answering the phone. He won't reply back my phone calls. I call him, it goes straight to voicemail. I believe he lost me as a customer. As many as 4 years I've been with him. They worked on my truck every time I had an issue. Anyhow, long story short, here it is. Motor sounds good, everything's good, everything checks out. We got a new air dryer, new filter too as well, because that one was going bad. It wasn't scoring air anymore. Everything checks out, everything looks good. Okay. The recalibration, the miles per hour, I was going 45 miles per hour on my dashboard. I'm really going 65 miles per hour. That's been fixed. Hector also forgot to hook up this line right here. Let me show you this line right here. Goes right there. We're gonna hook that up to the transmission to the dryer. So that was an issue there as well. Other than that, everything checks out. Okay, so Hector didn't do that part, so they had to fix that. Reason why my heater was not working, because I was not told, and I found out the hard way. Let me flip this camera around though, you guys know what we're talking about. Okay, so the heater, you got these two valves here. Okay, you got to open them in order if you want the heater to work. Okay, but I was not aware. Hey, no, I was not aware. Mason, I'm on. Hey, stop. I was not aware that there was a valve right here. See this valve right there? You have to open that, and then back here, I'm gonna try to zoom in. Come on. Can I zoom in anymore? No. Okay. You see that right there? Right there. See that? The exact same thing as the other one. Okay. This valve right here, the exact same thing as this one here. Okay, exact same thing right here. So I didn't know you have to open that one. I didn't know you have to open that one, and you got to open this one here to have the heater on. I was like, man, that's a lot. So when they fixed it, they told me if I want, just close these here. If you want the AC on, just close these two valves here, and you're okay. It's okay, and you don't have to mess with that valve right there. I said okay, but if you want, you can just shut that one off and shut that valve right there, right here. Shut that one off, and then you will have AC again. But he told me even though you leave it open, you will still have heater and AC. But if you want to close them, you can. I'll probably just leave it open, just give it a test this year for next year's run in 2024, because we got a couple more days before 2023 ends. Okay, so the fan clutch belt, those have been replaced. I actually, before I brought my truck home, I went to Truck Zone, literally down the street from the shop, pick up 3 more of those and leave it in my truck. Cause when those 2 belts snapped, there was only 1 belt running and it was all loose and everything. I went to a truck stop. I went to a mechanic shop. I went to O'Reilly's. I went to Napa. Ain't nobody has that belt in stock. I was like, man. So since I was there at the shop and picked up my truck and everything checks out, I went by Truck Zone to pick up 3 of those belts and leave it in my truck. So if that something else happens, or I need to get things work done, I can swing by my mechanic shop. Oh, we don't have this belt. No problem. I got those belts in my truck. All you do is do the work. Pretty simple, right? Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is this one here, is this belt here. I don't know the model number of this one here. I don't know what Hector put on that belt on there, but this belt right here, okay? This is the belt here that I had not bothered to replace. Other than that, everything checks out. Everything looks good. Hector installed this hose right here. It's not supposed to be like that, but I add this right here to squeeze it out more, so this will go down more so I can close my hood properly. But I'm just gonna run it, see how it goes. If that thing breaks, I just change that out, no problem. Okay. I need to go work and make some money, because man, being a whole month off, whew, it gets you, dude. I'm telling you, man. All this motor swap, all the brackets, you know, they gotta make a custom bracket, okay, to hook up the airbox. I don't know if you guys can see it. This bracket right here, okay, you gotta make custom brackets for the back, to the side, and all that stuff. That costs some money too, you know, $2,000 in materials. Also, I want to mention this one thing here that I did not know about, and they mentioned this, okay? If you look back here, well, let me flip the camera around, that way you guys will actually do this way. Okay, if you look back here, Hector didn't do this. And the guys that I bought the motor from, they saw it and they caught it, and it could have caused a very big problem. Any dust material that goes into your motor will have a big issue. So if you know, there's a plug right about here. Okay, I don't know if you guys see it. They took a bolt and screwed it in there. Okay, that way no debris will fly into this intake box. Okay, because that will cause a huge problem. So they had to plug that up. Hector didn't plug that up, so luckily I only drove 1,000 miles, and the fan clutch belt snapped and hauled 4 coils last week, and then have that taken care of. Luckily for that. But other than that, it's solid. Okay, everything else is solid. Brand new motor, brand new clutch, brand new starter, brand new oil filters, brand new coolant filter, brand new starter, brand new fan clutch system, because that's a whole totally different system there. So I had to get that replaced as well. Okay, that whole blue thing you see there, because my old one don't work. Okay, my DD15 flat clutch don't line up with this new motor here. Brand new turbo. Also, when my truck was dumping fuel too, the injectors were bad. My turbo was so red, it overheated it, but it's still good. It's okay, you know. Even the manifold is so hot. You see how red it is? But it's okay, you know, it's still good. Luckily, I only drove 1,000 miles. All right, guys, that's all I have right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your love and support. Overall, the motor swap and all that stuff, even though I got a really good hell of a deal on this motor for $15,000, with swapping the old motor out and putting the new motor in, all the brackets and the wiring harness, the ECM, which is the computer, I call it the ECU, same thing. The fan clutch, hook up the electric wires to the computer, and also to run this right here. Let me show you. So the cruise control on my truck, you know, the cruise control right here no longer works. The engine brake here no longer works, but this button here still work. They had to do a cruise control here and the engine brake here. Okay, so now my engine brake is not here no more, it's right here now. Okay, so that installed 3 more switches on that. Okay, but everything else is good. Hector did one thing for me that he really did good. He installed, this is my old switch. This switch here is for my light. This switch here right here is to operate these lights here during a night, so I can see when I'm working on my flatbed. But this switch here, Hector hit this switch here, Hector installed a switch here. This is the fan clutch belt to engage it. So you know how when a certain temperature like 220, 215, or 230 degrees of your antifreeze temperature goes up that high, the system automatically kicks in the fan clutch, so it cools down the antifreeze, it cools down the motor. Okay, so Hector installed it to where that it will come on automatically, but just in case if it doesn't come on, he told me to hit the switch right here. But he told me I don't have to hit the switch, so everything should be okay. But that switch here is for emergency use if it's not cooling down the system. Okay, so Hector installed that. I like working with Hector. I don't know what to do. I try to call him. He's not answering the phone. You know, I love working with Hector. I never had a problem with Hector. It's just I don't know why he's not answering my phone calls. Why he's not answering replying back my phone calls and calling me back. The heater works now. AC works. Everything's good to go. We need to hustle and make some money and catch up on my bills. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, that's all right now. Thank you for watching. So you're looking at about 38K in total with everything, with labor, materials, harness, computer, the motor itself, the clutch. That was not included, but I had to pay a clutch. So that was like $1,300. But all that overall and everything is about 38 grand total. Okay, so close to 40 grand. So yeah, the 38,000 does not include this. Okay, this that was wearing out. Luckily they caught it and said, hey, there's something wrong with your dryer, it's not squirting out the way it's supposed to, so I had to pay that out of pocket. That was not included into the 38,000. Okay, that's totally separate. And the other thing that I bought for $150 was this one here, because remember, if you've been watching my other YouTube videos, Algera Air showed me that this valve here was leaking really bad. And since it's in the shop, I might as well just go ahead and couple a little bit of money, buy the part, bring it here, and bring it to them and let them install it. Okay, so this right here underneath the cab, all this is brand new. Okay, this here brand new elbow fittings, brand new here. So this unit here was leaking bad. Okay, leaking air bad. So now no more leaks. Okay, so that's a big huge plus. So no more leaks in that system. New air dryer, we're good to go. Let's make some money. Thank you guys for watching. Please give me a thumbs like, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell. Please share the video. If you have any questions, ask away down in the comments. I'll try my best to reply as much as I can. Overall, I'm happy with the swap. It's been a hectic journey, okay, to get all the kinks and nicks and out of there. But other than that, it sounds great. Sounds like a hot rod. Turbo is loud. Runs good. Runs real good. So for maintenance on this motor here, it'll be way cheaper than the DD15. Even the shop where they fixed my truck, or even where I bought my motor at, all the trucks in there are also doing the same thing. They're doing motor swap. They're switching over to the 60 series motor, 12.7. A lot of them are doing it. And over there at the shop where I bought my motor at, they're still selling 2-3 motors there at the shop for sale. Whoever wants to do a motor swap. All right, guys. Thanks for your love. Thank you for your support. Peace. I'm out. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Let's start wearing next week. Next year on January 2nd, let's run hard, make some money, and recoup all the money that I lost. Well, not lost, but invested it into my truck. Okay. All right, guys. Peace. Catch you next time.